My name is Chris, and today we're going to discuss how I review. Welcome to the Vinyl Attack. As many of you have seen, a recent video from Danny Ritchie over at GR Research has brought a lot of attention to YouTube reviewing and YouTube reviewers. Many of you are now here because of that video, and I welcome you, but it hasn't been without its fair share of controversy for those named, not named, and otherwise involved. Well, I'm not going to break down the entire video, as you can go watch it on your own and make your own determinations. The gist of it is that Danny feels many newer YouTube reviewers could do with some more experience before looking at his, and I think other, high-end products. This is an incredibly divisive issue that had heated exchanges on both sides in its wake. In the video, Danny mentions 3 reviewers in particular that he'd like to invite down to his listening room for a demonstration and a healthy discussion on hi-fi audio. Not because he felt that we were inadequate or needed training, but because he thinks we'd have a good time and a positive outcome. I was one of those invited. After a bit of thought, I decided to take Danny up on his offer to see what I could learn from the experience. While others have voiced their own opinions, I will simply say that I'm taking this at face value. It's an opportunity to connect with other audiophiles and experience what is supposed to be a very impressive 2-channel system. Add to that the well-regarded barbecue ribs offered by Mr. Ron Burnett of New Record Day fame, and for me, this all makes sense. Upon reading the vast majority of the replies to that video, I saw that a fair number of viewers were concerned about how some YouTube reviewers made their reviews, while still others stood firmly that, as YouTube reviewers making content for average people, we should review however we feel suits us best. I thought this could be a good opportunity to give you, my viewers, a better insight as to what happens here behind the scenes at the Vinyl Attack, as product endorsements, sales, and sponsorships are also hot-button issues in Danny's video. The worry, of course, is that some reviewers are less than honest, or even worse, for sale. So let's start there. What do I personally receive for a review, or moreover, have I ever been given a product in exchange for a review? As a matter of fact, I have. Twice, depending on how you want to count it. Once from Angel's Horn, or twice considering they sent a second turntable for review, but I sent that thing back, and once from Andover Audio. More important than if I received these items, though, is did I offer anything in exchange for their reviews? The answer is absolutely not. You've more than likely seen the Angel's Horn review, so I don't have to tell you that I didn't hand out a fluff piece there, and the most important verbiage in the email that I received from Rich at Andover Audio concerning his review was when he said, "No catches." I think it's important for you to understand that while there are indeed companies out there that have tried to offer me products for free in exchange for a good review, I have always turned them down. As a matter of fact, I told them without question that what they're doing is wrong. My integrity is paramount to what I'm doing here, and I'd like to think that the fine viewers of this channel already know that. I am not for sale. Okay, so what about free products? Surely I've received those. Again, yes, I have. But the only reason I didn't mention them in the video or its description that it was sponsored or that I received compensation of any kind, because let's face it, free products are compensation, is because I was told that I could keep said product after the review was finished. I had no idea I was going to be gifted anything. So then, why do they do that? For some manufacturers, it may be a tax write-off. For others, just a kind gesture, while others still may leave a product with me because it's just not worth the cost of shipping it both ways. The Goldring E3, for example, costs about $170, give or take, and it was shipped directly from Europe. If you're even remotely aware of the current shipping prices, I don't have to tell you what it would cost to ship that thing both ways. So what do I do with these products? Well, as of now, they're currently in different rooms in my house. I have not sold, bartered, or gifted any of them to anyone, as I use many of them for reference materials in other reviews. But would I sell any of these items? This was another contentious issue in Danny's video, albeit his aim was to discuss products on loan being sold. I figure, since we're doing a complete transparency dive here though, I will tell you that there is indeed a good chance that I will sell some of these products off at some point. It's not to make money necessarily, and it's certainly not to fly in the face of those who were kind enough to gift me these items, but it's simply that because at some point, I'm going to run out of room. There will only be so many speakers, amps, and turntables that will be of regular reference use in my videos, but I'm not there yet. Much to the dismay of my darling daughter, her bedroom still has space for more boxes. That's what you get when you move away, honey. How or where will I sell them? I have no idea. I do have a couple of people in mind who could use some component upgrades, so I'll probably start there. Otherwise, some could end up as a giveaway, while others still could end up on Facebook Marketplace. I really haven't thought quite that far ahead. Hell, I'm still getting caught up on the product reviews of the items I have at home. Another topic that has come up not only in Danny's video, but in the comments section of my own videos are, will I give a bad review and am I afraid of doing so? There seemed to be a large group of people that I was unaware of that think reviewers will not give a product a bad review in fear of losing a revenue stream. Do I have concerns if I give a bad review? A bit, yes. However, I won't ever let that influence how a review is done. If a manufacturer chooses to stop sending me products because they don't like what they hear from me, they should probably work more on what's being reviewed. I will always include any negative factors that I find in a product that I review. I'm not always going to find everything, but I do my damnedest to be thorough. The only other concern with bad reviews is that I don't want to get caught up in them. I know that most of you liked the honest take on the Angel's Horn turntable vinyl record player, and it was an honest look at a poor product, but I don't want to do that all the time. I will always call out a shyster brand if it comes across my desk, but I would rather spend my time looking at a product that has potential. If that ends up being a poor product, then so be it. I recently polled my fantastic patrons on Patreon about whether or not they'd be interested in seeing me use measurements doing some reviews. While I have my own thoughts on both sides of that issue, it's sometimes good to get an outside opinion to make a more informed decision. I've concluded that, for now at least, I won't be immersing myself in the measurement side of reviewing. There are a host of reasons I could list both for and against this decision, but mainly I feel that the reviews I do are pretty much how I like to do them. While I'm always striving to be better, hence my trip to Texas, I do enjoy the current process and trying to use relatable adjectives and analogies to communicate my experiences with a given product to you. If this somehow makes me less of a reviewer in your eyes, okay. I understand that I'm not going to be for everyone. We have several quality choices amongst the YouTube review community from which to choose, so I'm sure you'll find someone that you do like. The last thing I want to address is the why. Why do I do this? Despite what the naysayers, or even you might think, I do not do this for the money. For one thing, YouTubers at my level aren't making nearly enough to sustain themselves financially, so you can dismiss that notion altogether. I do this because I truly enjoy it. I am extremely passionate about sound, music, equipment, and the endless options available to produce a wonderful playback experience. The opportunity to share that with such a wide audience is simply fantastic. One of the most gratifying experiences that I have with this channel is when someone tells me that they bought a product on my recommendation and that they like it. That is an amazing and humbling feeling, and I love it. So I have no interest in money then. Let's not be ridiculous. As a wise lunatic once said,
"If you're good at something, never do it for free."
As a small business owner, I enjoy making a brand and a quality product and rolling it out to the public. If I'm able to turn another passion into a living like I was with art, I'd be a fool not to. It's simply not the major motivation behind making content for this channel. The key here, once again, is just to have integrity.
Don't you wish everyone had some goddamn integrity?
I hope this clears up any questions you might have had or may not have known you had, and if you have anything else you'd like to ask, please drop a comment below. My goal here is to be as transparent as possible so you can trust the content that comes from this channel. Thanks to my patrons on Patreon who help make these videos possible. Thanks to you for stopping by to watch, and I look forward to next time.
There's Tegrity, Tegrity Plus, and Tegrity Elite. But you don't want to be elite, 'cause elite's got no integrity.